Welcome to the Growing Your Business podcast. This is the show that dives into the big question, what's in it for me, for both the business and its customers? On each episode, we sit down with a business owner or leader to uncover their why, their values, and the stories that drive them to grow their business. Joining me today on the Growing Your Business podcast is Roberto Gonzalez with WashBroz. Roberto, great to have you here.
Thank you for having me, buddy. I'm excited, man.
Good.
I'm excited.
It's great. We've known each other for a while, and we finally get to sit down and talk about your business. So let's do that. Tell me, what does WashBroz do? I can guess, but let us know.
Yeah, a lot of people guess car wash, man, which is, I guess, a good guess. But we actually wash buildings. We make homes as well look beautiful through pressure washing, window cleaning. We also pressure wash and stain fences. And during our off season, which is kind of the winter, we put up Christmas lights and permanent LED lights.
Yeah, so basically anything you need done to your house and exterior to make it look awesome or seasonal.
Yes.
You got that covered. How long have you been in business?
We've been in business since 2020, so about 5 years. We hit our 5-year mark May 14th this year.
Talk to me about the customer experience. I mean, how do they find you first?
Yes, so they can find us. We do a lot of social media advertising, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, as well as YouTube. We're starting to get our YouTube going. And they can find us on our website too, washbroz.com.
Great. And so once they find you, I imagine what I know about you is you've got your stuff pretty well worked out. So from a connecting with you, so once they find you, they get an invite to, or basically talk to me through the customer journey is really what I'm asking.
So, it really depends. So for example, on social media, if you find us on social media, you can DM us, we'll reply back. There's also, we have Facebook advertisement going. So just click on the link, fill out the form on what you need, and then our office will get back to you pretty quickly. We like to be really fast, responsive to our customers. And then on our website, there's a form as well where you can request which service you need. You fill it out, we get an email, we email you back or call you, whichever you prefer. And then how the process works, we ask you some questions over the phone, see exactly what you need. We get a sales guy out there to kind of measure everything out, making sure, all your needs are covered. We give you the price. If you want to do it, we'll move forward and book you on the calendar.
That's great. And I imagine you have repeat customers. Once they have it done, it's kind of like bathing. You should do it regularly, right? I mean, your house is the same deal. You got to take care of your exterior.
That's right. It is pretty often where we come back and clean people's windows again, wash their house, their patios typically get pretty dirty throughout the year. A lot of dust, pollen collects. So we have to come back making sure everything looks super fresh for the summer, for the spring, or even, Thanksgiving, Christmas, where people are having people over. Yeah. People like to have everything cleaned. And I mean, you judge people by their appearance a lot of the times. And if their home appears a little dirty, their business appears a little dirty, for example, if you're at a restaurant and, you see the outside is super dirty, you can't imagine the kitchen, man. Yeah. How's the kitchen going to look?
Joke, yeah.
Yes.
It's the first thing they see.
That's right.
Is the exterior. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what would you say is your number one service? Like the first thing, what you do most of, I guess.
Yes. So we do a lot of pressure washing and a lot of fence staining. So we like to push the pressure washing the most. It's kind of what we started with. And the results are amazing. We love when the customer comes out, sees their brand new looking fence or their deck, just looks amazing. It's just the best feeling.
Yeah, I've seen some side-by-sides, and it's just like it's hard to realize how much grime and stuff builds up.
Exactly.
Stuff is in the air.
Yes, and mold, and we're able to soft wash the house, not apply pressure.
Right.
It's important to understand.
Because what I've seen and I've experienced, like I tried the old do-it-yourself one time with a pressure washer, and of course, like an idiot, I had it on the most powerful it'll go, and I went up against my own brick wall, and the grout you think is pretty tough, it isn't when it's got that pressure, and I literally cut a hole in my own wall.
Yes,
so
have
the experts do it,
That's
folks.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Anybody can rent a piece of equipment. You can definitely mess your house up fast. Doing
or
it wrong.
Concrete, you can etch the concrete, leave marks, and then you have to resurface it and just spend a lot of money. Yeah.
You service DFW. What's the around area that you service?
Yes, we typically try to stay in the north of Dallas area, Collin County, Dallas County.
Gotcha.
We can go up to like Grayson County if the job makes sense. Typically for a lot of commercial jobs, we do come down to Dallas. Like for example, we did the Statler Hotel in Dallas. We clean all their windows,
neat place,
wash it. Yeah, it's super nice.
Yeah.
And different hotels and just commercial properties that we've been able to clean. When the job is worth it, we'll come down.
So like the Statler, I mean, multi-story.
19 stories, yeah.
Yeah. So how do you do that?
We had guys rappel down from the
Awesome.
top. Yeah, like Mission Impossible. It was pretty cool, man.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
bet. Does your team like that? They're like, ooh, a challenge.
Yeah, honestly, people do like,
Yeah.
some risky stuff. Of course, it's a lot of liability, but you gotta
Sure.
have the right insurance coverage and
Yeah.
everything. But people like it. I don't know how. I don't like heights that much, but
To each their own. But it sounds like you have a pretty diverse and capable team.
yes, we really do have a good team. I mean, without the team, we're not able to build what we have. I mean, if you look at our 5-star reviews, their names are all over them. And the beautiful thing is that it also reflects our core values of integrity, courtesy, excellence, teamwork. You see it on the reviews, and that's one of the things that I'm most proud of. My guys just really put on the shirt and go out there and work. And of course, we've had some guys that are not that good
Sure.
and stuff like that. But
You're going to have turnover.
exactly, especially in the services industry. That's why
Yeah.
it's important to kind of cast a vision for them and try to. My goal is really for the guys within our organization, achieve their dreams within it and build a career. And it's tough to sometimes cast. Get them to hit their goals, and it's super rewarding.
Yeah, and that's the best part about being a leadership in your business is helping people grow while you're growing
Exactly.
into your own role.
Yes.
So WashBroz, so brothers,
Yes.
correct? So you play your role in your brother or brothers. Is it two of you or?
So yeah, it's me and my brother, and
Okay.
then we have 2 other brothers actually with 4 guys at the family.
Nice.
And Fernando, which is the third one, he during the summer he comes and helps.
Okay.
And then Carlos, which is the youngest one, he wants to get into sales. He's really good at talking to people.
Nice.
So we're gonna have him out there knocking some doors and
That's
show him
true.
the real world, man, because
Yeah.
you get a lot of no's knocking
Yeah.
doors.
Yeah, you do. And
Mhm.
once you figure out how many you have to knock on to get a
Yes.
sale,
Mhm.
then that's your magic number.
That's right.
That's great.
Right.
You're growing a family business. like that.
Yeah, it's been awesome, man.
So what made you to decide to start WashBroz?
Yeah, so back in 2020,
Mm.
I was going actually to college. I was playing Division II soccer.
Nice.
My whole dream was to be a professional soccer player, but God had a different plan
It's
for
tough. Yeah, that's
Yes,
a tough
it
to break
is.
into.
me.
Yeah.
It is. And so I went 2019, had a great season 2020. Obviously, COVID happened, got sent back home, and my mom lost her job. So yeah, I needed some money to pay for college, and my brother was about to get out of high school, get into college as well. And I didn't know what to do. There was no jobs anywhere. I usually worked at the restaurant industry. And I called one of my high school coaches who was always a mentor for me. And I asked him, hey, coach, do you know anywhere that I can work? And he said, nah, man, but I know one of your teammates last year was pressure washing trash cans. You and your brother should try it. Those green and blue ones that
Oh,
you
yeah.
take out.
The city.
The
yeah,
city ones.
Everybody has them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that stink. Yeah, so he told me that, and I was like, okay. Without giving it a thought or anything, I just told my brother. He said, I'm down, and we told our parents, and fortunately, we were very blessed to have parents that supported us. So my dad bought us a little Ryobi pressure washer from Home Depot, and my mom posted us on Facebook. And I started calling everyone's moms that I knew, knocking on doors, started hustling, and that post started getting some traction. We started getting a bunch of phone calls. People, this is the beautiful thing about America and this country, because I'm from Mexico. And what you see here is people do want to see you win. And there's people around you that want to support you, especially in a community. They want to see you hit your dreams. So, that's something that I'm really grateful for this country. And that post went a little viral, so the news contacted us, and we were on NBC and Telemundo, and then people started asking us, "Hey, could you pressure wash my driveway too and clean my windows?" Sure, why not? So we started doing it with our little machine. The machine broke because it couldn't take it, and we started learning a little bit more about business. I was 19 and my brother was 18, so we had no idea what marketing, sales, operations, nothing. And we were very blessed and fortunate that God just put the right people into our path, mentors that kind of helped us set up the website, set up the LLC with our CPA that we still have, and started growing. That same year, we told our dad to come help us out, and he quit his job, which was a really hard decision for him, but he ended up making the decision, and now stuff got really hard because now we have the bills, the pressure toll on the business. No idea what we're doing, just pressure washing trash cans. And by the grace of God, we survived that first year. We continued to grind, never quit, and we've now been able to build pretty good team. We have about 6 technicians working on the team, 2 trucks right now, an office admin, a sales guy, and we've just been able to grow.
Stay with us. The Growing Your Business podcast will return right after this. Ready to amplify your brand's voice? At Blue Mike Studios, we transform your ideas into captivating podcasts and videos. Whether you're launching your own show or guest starring on ours, we've got you covered. From recording and editing to social media promotion. With state-of-the-art 4K video and crystal clear audio, your content will shine. We offer guest packages on our podcasts and offer segments from the show for you to share. Or let us help you build your own branded podcast with custom strategy, branding, and full production support. Visit BlueMikeStudios.com today and let your voice be heard. Please check our show notes for sponsorship links and additional details. Now, back to the Growing Your Business podcast with Buddy Broyles. So you're 5 years in, going on your 6th year.
Yes.
So it's just been so.
Away for free if a customer,
If you're while we're there, kind
while
of
we're
thing.
there, exactly.
They're just like, oh, that smells bad. Can we take care of that?
Yes,
Yeah, that's
we
wonderful.
take care of them.
Yeah. We're staining your fence, but can we also,
Yes.
or whatever? That's great.
Right.
And I imagine on your website you have the full list of. I like that you encourage people to engage you on social media, because if what they see, because it's all visual. You
Yes.
can see there and go, if they can click right through that and find you, that's really smart from your marketing. And when did you start doing? Really getting heavy right out of the gate. So that was your first thing that got you right on television.
Yes.
Have you had an experience like that since?
To get on TV?
Yeah.
Not yet.
So that was your launch.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I'm kind of waiting to message them again till we would get to a point where like, wow, it's an inspirational story, because the whole goal and the mission is to inspire other young entrepreneurs, or guys that I'm not trying to knock college out of the way. I didn't go back to college. I stayed to help my family, but I am a firm believer in education. Yeah. So, we reinvested back into mentorship, coaching that helped us set up all the systems and learn about business. So if we can inspire other young people to, maybe the college route's not for them, because I believe it's not for everyone. They can get into trades, or they can get into their own business. Man, that's the dream. And one of the goals is we're still looking far ahead, if we can either franchise it or just be corporate. But if we can give that opportunity to other young guys, instead of taking out a loan to go to college, they can buy their own franchise, a cash flowing business, and build something. And they can learn in the real world application what it's like to build a business, because it's way different in theory than when you're feeling it, when you're doing it, when you're out there hustling, putting those 80-hour weeks in, and doing the thing. It's way different than learning about the thing. So I mean, if we can get more young leaders out here that can truly inspire the world, and if we can put a little faith and put God into it, man, that's the true mission and dream. Yeah, what we're doing.
And I like the idea that you're looking that far ahead to franchise, because you're solving a lot of the problems for people that will bring their own ideas and actually can contribute forward to you. Like, we figured this thing out, and we both know that there's only so many fences, and so your business can grow, but not to service the entire world, essentially. Mm-hmm. So if you build a really good business like yours and you can franchise out, you can help other people, because I'm a homeowner and I know I need all that stuff.
Yes.
So does everybody else, right? And so you could almost say it's an underserved, because people don't know what they don't know.
That's right.
And I could walk out and think my concrete's fine, but as soon as my neighbor you visit my neighbor, I'm gonna look over and go, well, okay. Well, obviously, and now I need it, So it's almost like but then next year the mess is going to be back. So it's really important that you keep growing your business to help people take care of their businesses, not just their homes, but their businesses.
That's right. Super important.
At the beginning, you were just doing homes, or how long did it take to get into
the
servicing businesses?
Yeah. So I want to say the first year we were full residential. Right now, our company is about, I want to say 90% residential. We're trying to break into that commercial market. We've done projects. We just want to do it more consistently, like one account that we do have is all the First Watches in North Dallas. We clean all their windows on a monthly basis and do some pressure washing for them, some staining for the stuff that they have wood. So just get more into that commercial because restaurants really need it. The reason they do a lot of them is because there's a lot of grease in the back. They have the grease pit, and if it's dirty, if it's really bad, the city can shut them down. And insurances can't cover them because it's a liability. It's a fire hazard. So we can get more into that space, more of that recurring revenue. That's the goal.
That's pretty terrific.
Mm-hmm.
Well, awesome. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming in and talking to me on the show. And it's really great to hear a story of basically starting from nothing out of necessity and growing, continually growing for the 5 years you have and the vision for the next 5 and 10.
Yeah. And I mean, when your back's against the wall, there's no other option, man. Yeah, it's been a ride for sure.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear it. So thanks for coming on the show today.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you for having me, buddy. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you for joining us today on the Growing Your Business podcast. Please see the show notes for links to our sponsors, our social media, and to learn more about today's guest.